Welcome to the Desert Vibe. Here we go again, another great edition of the podcast that is growing by leaps and bounds, and we are so thankful for the support we're getting from the music community and the community in general across Arizona. And we thought it might be fun to just take a minute before we get to the start of the new year, which we're recording this show on the 11th of December. So as we're recording this, the new year is right around the corner, and that year would be 2026. How that happened, I have no idea. Those numbers are kind of mind-boggling, but I'm Glen Gardner.
I'm Walt Richardson.
I'm Jamie Ray.
And this is the Desert Vibe. And Walt had a great idea, so why don't you talk, Walt, about what you thought perhaps we would talk about as we chart our course forward for the next little bit.
Well, I'll start out with the heartfelt feeling of gratitude for everybody who has been watching and interested in the program and watching it fully through. And it's we're grateful for that, and I'm grateful for this team here, Jamie Ray and Glen Gardner. This is something that Glenn and I have talked about for about a year and a half behind the scenes. And then we just decided, let's just jump on here and record something. And it's getting steam. We're getting support from people who want to help support the program as well. And so we're excited about that. So what it's leading to is we get this chance to bring the story of the art and cultural and musical aspect of Arizona and what's going on in the communities throughout the state here, Tucson, Casa Grande. Let's go ahead and throw it in there. Yuma. Let's go ahead and throw it in there. And Jerome, Sedona, Phoenix, Tempe, all the different cities that make up the Phoenix metropolitan. And then you get up there to Flagstaff. And then you start reaching out onto the different nations, and the reservations, and all of the ceremonies and events that take place there. And you have a pretty rich, pretty big story to tell about the state of Arizona, what goes on with the people and the music culture here, and what we get a chance to enjoy pretty much all year round because of the weather itself. So having that opportunity and taking this kind of like zoom in and zoom out effect on the who's who behind the scenes and how it eventually reaches out and touches the rest of the world musically and culturally. So we're pretty excited about what's going on right now, and it feels like it's a way for me to kind of contribute to the story of Arizona and what I've experienced in terms of playing music here in this state, and all of the followers and fans and family that still surround the musical events. Arizona crowds are different from any other crowd in the United States. They're very down to earth and very loyal, and they pay attention to you in ways that you might not notice until you get in a conversation with them, and you find out that they notice how well you're feeling or how well you're not feeling, and they have a concern about that. And
you still got that Barry White voice going, by the way. That sinus infection, kind of sexy growl.
Well,
you know,
that's another part that comes with the culture here. It comes with the cold territory, man. It used to be you'd send your sinuses out here to Arizona, but I don't think that's happening no more.
I don't think there's anywhere to send them anymore.
I get that Barry White voice sometimes.
Oh, baby.
So, yeah, and so I've kind of taken up a large segment of of the chat here. But I'm excited about this team, and I'm excited about the team that's coming on board to help promote it with the different kinds of merch that will start, showing up. The website,
Vaping supplies.
Yeah, maintenance supplies, pencils, pens, paper clips,
Used cars.
Used cars, used guitars, and used cars.
Whatever.
So I've kind of like been yapping a little bit, but I just want to say thank you as we move into the new year. Thank you very much.
Well, we had a walk before we could run, and that was kind of the whole thing when we first started out. Was let's get our feet wet with this thing and kind of figure out where we want to go. We've got an awful lot of ground to cover. That's one thing about the state of Arizona. It's big, and it's from a population standpoint getting bigger and more diverse all the time. And Walt, you mentioned the native nations here. I mean, we've got people like Carlos Nakai here. We've got and then on the other end of the spectrum, we've got Ice-T living over in Chandler, I think, over that way, and we've got Alice Cooper over here, and we've got George Benson. All these people are Arizona people, and then we've got a whole nother level or several levels of musicians that do it for all kinds of different reasons. Therapy, they do it for fun, they do it as a living. On some level, so we've got a very, very rich texture of topic matter that we could run with, and I think we've got a really good sense now of where the show is going and what we want to do with it, and we also have brought on some really high-powered help in getting us out there, starting, in a month or two. We're looking at a website, which isn't obvious. We're looking at how you utilize the tools that are at your disposal now to make sure that everybody who possibly could be interested knows about the show. And that's all going to be happening in the next couple of few months. So we're really, really excited about where it's going and very excited about where it's been. And the neat thing about this project, and I know it's been Walt's vision, because Walt and I and Jamie Ray, we've talked about this, that we really feel that music is a driving force for good in the greater world. And anything we can do to facilitate people tapping into that is just a great legacy, I think, and a great thing to spend your time on. And we really feel that it's starting to percolate that way and organically is taking on a life of its own. And we're just looking really forward to what's ahead, because we've got so many great people that we could talk to and are going to talk to. And that's kind of the next step in the evolution of what we're trying to do here, is get it to realize that vision of being a force that can help people feel better about what they do, make it easier for what they do, and connect people, because music just connects people. And using the technology that we have at our fingertips now, I mean, this is just wild. If someone had told me 20 years ago that we could do what we're doing right now, you would have needed satellite trucks to do this. You would have needed CNN. Yeah. And you can do it now, via a laptop and an app. And, that is an incredible opportunity to be able to bring people together. Because oftentimes it seems like society focuses on how these things can tear people apart. Oh, everybody's got their nose buried in a phone and blah, 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 blah. Yes, there is all that. But there's also an aspect to it of community and of how you can use these various things that are really at all of our fingertips right now, to drive people together, not apart. And that was one of the really you know, overarching goals that we had when we put this together. And I think we're going to take some steps that are going to help us realize those goals in the very not too distant future here. So I'm really excited about where this is going and how it's going to get there.
Yeah, I agree with both of you 100%. And just to piggyback off of you saying how technology and people are, with their heads in the phone, and I know all that has some negativity to it, but that's what today's world is. And if that's how we're going to communicate, it's easier because you've got the world at your fingertips. So you can communicate. I have a friend right now in Germany that I speak to all the time. 10 years ago, I wouldn't have been able to still speak to him while he was in Germany. Now I just text him and see what's going on. So to have this podcast be available, it's worldwide, even though we're basing it on Arizona. And we can get, people that don't know anything about the music scene in Arizona to check in and see what's going on, and maybe they'll take a trip and come see us. And but I love the history that we're doing with it too. I love to get the history, and you both know me. I mean, I've had Matthew Allen on here. I love the upcoming young, fighters that are making their way through the music business. And some of them will make it big, and some of them will be right here. But nevertheless, they're working hard, and to come see them. Some of these artists out here are amazing. And maybe they don't want to go that extra mile. Maybe they're content right here. But that's what this show is about, to let you get to know who those people are and meet the people in the music industry from before and after, and who's coming later. And I just love it. And I love the fact that we're Arizona, the whole state, like Flagstaff. And Walt, I didn't take offense, but you didn't mention my side of the town. You didn't mention the South.
Apache Junction.
Hey, I'm right next door to Apache Junction. They got a lot of music going on down there.
Yes,
a lot
they do.
of music.
Yes, they do.
Rooster Country has some great people that show up there to play, and that's in Apache Junction.
Yeah.
I mean, and those are massively quickly growing areas of the valley. I mean, the areas that are already developed, which is where I live, where Walt lives. There's only X amount of growth, but when you get out towards Gold Canyon and down towards Casa Grande and
Superior, even
it's exploding, and that's one of the things we wanted to do, is just keep track too of venues that are popping up, because they are, and people, because we are a massively growing state. There are people just kind of flooding in here. And sure. X amount of them are going to be musicians. So
and I hope the people that are watching this, I mean, Arizona's a big state. There's a lot of music everywhere. And I know we kind of cover our own areas a lot, but we will get to the whole state. We've got a lot of weeks ahead of us, and we're not going anywhere. So if we haven't got to you yet, we will get to you. We will get to you. And I know both of you know just as well as I do, don't diss a dive bar, because some of those dive bars have got years of history and just a lot of great people in and out of those doors.
Exactly. And I think when you said about the venues and a lot happening in the state, is all of the open mic nights that happen throughout the state. It's
a lot.
An infinite number of them. And it's nice to be able to, sneak around to all of them and visit them. And you won't find any two that are alike.
And there's tons of stories. I mean, the stories you hear from, just people. I was talking to someone at an open mic the other day, one of the ones that I host, and, I never would have envisioned this person's past, because it's interesting when you say to someone, well, how did you get here? Well, I'm originally from Canada, and I came down, and this, and the interesting paths that lead people together to gather at a place. It's just a very cool patchwork of kismet, of fate. that brings these people together. But what forms out of that is, like you talked about. I was at Walt's show at TCA the night before we recorded this on the 10th of December, and you were saying, Walt, what a rich night it was, stem to stern. And when you think about it, that is totally by fate.
Mm-hmm.
No one booked anybody. Nobody. This agent called that agent, and you're putting the stage together, and someone's got to go get porta potties and blah blah blah. It's just people wandered in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's where technology has something to do with that too, because I know, and Walt, I think you'll remember him. There was a gentleman that came to TCA 3 or 4 weeks ago from Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
He found out about it online. So
yeah. He just
that didn't happen years ago. There was no online. You had to go to town and search for what you were looking for.
Well, you had to get on your horse.
Well, yeah.
Feed
I'm
it
not
some
that
hay
old.
or get some hay or whatever the hell, oats, whatever they
You
eat.
know, I think it happened last night at the open mic night. A person was up there speaking about how they ended up in Arizona because of they're in a relationship of some kind and got here and things didn't work out the way that they intended. I don't know if it was patina. He was saying something like this, and I interrupted him. I said, "Hey, that's not original. That's how everybody got here to Arizona."
But hey, I know this guy that had this woman in San Francisco, and she's walking on the beach, and and she calls this guy, and it's foggy out there,
San
and
Francisco fog.
you never know. I mean, you just never know.
That's one of my husband's favorite songs, by the way.
that
It's
right?
a good one. I came down here on vacation initially, 10 years ago or so.
Are you still on vacation?
Yes. I never went back. We actually ended up mailing the keys to a real estate agent up there in Iowa and saying, just sell the place because we're done.
And keep everything that's in the house.
You know what? IKEA anymore is
Right.
furniture is not a big deal. The older you get too, the more you realize stuff weighs you down.
Right. So I have a question.
Yeah.
How did you end up here, Jamie?
Oh, well, I was birthed here.
Oh,
I was
a good
born
way to
in
get
Mesa.
here.
rare. She's
I was
rare.
born in Mesa. Yes,
Okay.
sir, I was. I left after high school, and
Yeah.
I've lived in several places chasing my dreams, but I ended up back here because Arizona's home. So
Jamie Ray has an interesting story about used to see my band, right?
yeah, when
In
I
the
was
past.
little, I was a little girl.
Yeah, that's amazing. Who would have known?
Yeah, and I never met you because I was younger, so I don't know. And my mom was in the music business, so I was just always, you don't approach the musician when they're working.
Right.
But now I
Do,
know you, so I bug you all the time.
I was going to ask you, do you follow that rule to this day?
Not
That's
with you.
That's
Not with you.
that's done.
So I ended up
When you're
in.
when your contact is in my cell phone, I don't follow that anymore.
Okay, so that means there's a lot of people you're bugging.
Yeah, there are.
So
There are.
I got out here to Arizona by coming to ASU, and I just wanted
I bet
to.
a lot of people actually got here that way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I came here to finish up the last 2 years of college, and I was going to a junior college in Florida, and I just wanted to get out of the South, and so I moved out here. And you know what? It's funny. There were people that I met on the very first day at the dormitory that I'm still friends with to this day, from 19. Let's see, I got here in 74.
The
I graduated in
1874.
76. Yeah, I graduated high school in 72 in the Philippines. I went to junior college, in Pensacola, Florida. And then I came out here and graduated in 76. And you know, my story is I retired when I got my degree. And I've been in retirement for a good number of years. I'm in a deeper level of retirement right now.
That's good. I love that you came here through ASU. Because
Yeah,
like Glenn said, there's so many people that do, and
yeah,
forks up. I've been a devil since I was born, so
right.
I love ASU. I know I'm going to get killed because I don't live on that side of town. I'm out in
Well, it
the
doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't
Nemesis
matter.
country.
College communities actually, it's something we haven't really talked about. But I've lived in a number of them. I've lived in Iowa City, where the University of Iowa is. Lived in
Hey,
Madison.
I've toured there.
I know you have. We
Yes,
played at the same damn places.
yes,
Most of them are now torn down and
I
closed.
know.
Madison,
Yeah, Crystal Corner.
Amherst, Massachusetts, or University of Massachusetts. There's something about college towns, and I think Tempe really fits this bill,
Right.
that is very fertile ground for
Yeah,
great music,
yeah,
great musicians, great venues, and it's something probably we should have mentioned before now,
Yeah,
that it is such a it is such a fertile place for what we're trying to do
yeah,
to happen,
yeah.
and a lot of it is just because of that vibe of what goes on in a college town.
Right. We used to jam in the stairwells of the dormitory because it had all that natural reverb, and people were like coming and going to their rooms, stepping around this group of musicians who are sitting on the steps. We got our all our songbooks open from Jerry Riopelle to Cat
Hmm.
Stevens and all of that, and learning some of those songs. And I still play some of those songs to this day out
yeah,
Yeah,
there.
I mean,
yeah.
a great song is a great song, you know.
It is.
Played Cat Stevens at our vow renewal, and Jeremy
Yeah,
loves Cat Stevens.
yeah,
Yeah, he's
But I
got
think
some
we're
great
very
tunes.
fortunate to kind of have that. Have that melting pot of a university, and it's actually
Hmm.
what's rare, really rare, is a major university and a state capital in the
Hmm.
same
yeah,
locale,
yeah,
because again, it brings all kinds of interesting people together that normally wouldn't get together. If you think about college, you're thrown into this situation. I didn't know who the hell my roommate was going to be
yeah, yeah.
when I went. As a matter of fact, I see the name on the door when I walked in there. I got there first, and the other name on the door was William Alfred Walker Jr. the second. And I'm like,
That sounds like
huh.
three people.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm like,
like a
huh.
group.
It's going to be interesting, and I'm thinking, well, this is going to be a guy, you know, all uptight. So this guy comes. He's got hair literally halfway down his back, and he opens up his. We had like foot lockers back then. You know
Yeah.
those. We had a foot locker. He opens up this foot locker, and it is loaded with Bacardi's rum.
Oh,
No clothes,
Party time.
no shoes, all Bacardi's rum. And I'm saying, he said, "Oh, just call me Bill." So I said, "Okay, Bill, what's the deal here?" And he goes, "Well, I'm from Miami, and
Oh,
my dad is the president of the Bacardi's Rum Company."
oh my God.
And I was like, "Yeah, it's going to probably be an okay year, you know." But I didn't set out to say, well, this is the person I'm going to be in the dorm with. And, it's interesting how fate sometimes throws you into a situation. And
yeah,
it's this guy musically too. You guys know my background. I mean, I mostly was, a folky guy like you, Walt, and Cat Stevens and Crosby, Stills and Nash and James Taylor. And blah. This guy was all prog. I mean, he was Emerson, Lake and Palmer.
oh,
He was, King Crimson,
yeah,
ELO, all this stuff. And I
yeah,
really hadn't been exposed to a ton of it. And it's interesting when people come together and you're in a dorm room and they're playing something, you're like, huh,
mhm,
you know?
yeah,
And this is the beautiful thing, I think, about music and about kind of sometimes the universe will take you in a direction you didn't expect to go in.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, when your roommate's dad is the president of the Bacardi's Rum Company as a freshman, things can go a couple of different ways.
How did everything work out
Not well.
after you got out of rehab?
Not well. I ended up leaving that school. But I had a damn good time.
Were you
Do you
sober?
know? Do you know
sober
if
when
Bill
you left?
graduated?
No. Did I graduate?
No,
No.
did Bill?
He graduated. I
Oh, he
didn't.
did.
Magna
Yeah, he was
cum.
out of there in 4 years. I'm still going. I should get my degree next week.
So Bill was smart. He gave you all the
Yeah, I gave you
rum,
the
and he
rum.
just went on ahead with the
Yeah,
class.
he was fine.
So he's a perfect dealer.
So, but that's you talk about music in the stairwells, and open mics really serve,
Yeah.
serve
That's
that
how
same
that's how
kind
it
of
started.
thing.
That's how it
People
started.
get thrown together, and you get exposed to something, and you're like, huh, I never thought about that song that way, or I'm not a really big country music fan, but wow,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
that's a country guy song.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what else I love about, like you're talking about the colleges, which I love because those kids love music and they're well-rounded, and some of them like it all, some of them have their genres, but Arizona also has its winter visitors who love music. It blows my mind how many during this season of the year you get that mixture of people. Like the Blindsiders play at some of the food truck events. We get all ranges out there and they all love the music. It doesn't matter their age or what we're playing. If we're playing music, they love it, and they love coming back to go to all the musical events. A lot of them that I talk to that follow the Blindsiders, not just us, but they love to go where there's live music. So, coming to Arizona and doing, going to all these places, they love it. And they're the ones always looking for it. So,
So yeah, and maybe this has happened to both of you. When they find out you're a musician, they come up and start asking questions. Well, where's the blues clubs? Where are
yep.
the jazz
Yeah,
clubs?
they do, for
Yeah.
sure.
And that's what this podcast is wanting to
Yep.
be able to help people with is when you say, oh, the jazz is over here, or here's what room plays more of the the blues or that kind of thing, because we have some really cool concert venues as well as
Yeah,
venues that
Oh
are
man, we're
just
blessed.
you
Yeah.
know yeah
absolutely.
that are just more bars and everything. And then as some of the alcohol, some of the people get tired of being in the alcohol environment, there's venues that have alternative kind of choices for you,
Right.
and they are really nice to be able to entertain in. And one of those is the chill room. And oh yeah, did I mention chill room? What's happening there
I
on
think Walt
Saturday,
Richardson is playing
the
there
30th,
Saturday,
13th?
December 13th.
Yeah, December
Yep,
13th.
Saturday,
Yeah,
December 13th.
yeah, gonna have some fun out there.
And
Also,
some of our best people that watch us are going to be playing there. Emma and James.
yes,
Emma and
yes,
James, they
yeah,
follow the desert vibe. They're our
yeah.
groupies.
They will be
Hi,
there,
Emma. Hi, James.
and also uh, uh, Jenny Lynn, who is a very, very talented singer-songwriter,
Oh,
who was
great.
on the scene for a while, and then kind of like stepped away for a minute, but kept recording and kept playing. And we've crossed paths a couple of times in the last 8 or 9 months. And so I'm excited about having her on the show as
Cool.
well. And then it's the 13th. Is it the 13th,
14th?
Glenn? The 14th.
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 The 14th over there at
That's
North
Glen
Mountain.
Gardner and Walt Richardson.
Yes, yes. The dynamic duo.
The
There we go.
dynamic duo.
Yeah,
There we go. Walt
looking
will be
forward.
doing a full selection of Barry White's greatest hits.
Yeah, I will. I will.
And a number of, I know you do a lot of Christmas music as well.
Oh
So
yeah, tons, tons, tons.
he does a song, Natty Christmas, I think, or something like that.
That
Or
yeah, it's hey, it's how's it go? Um,
it's a natty natty Christmas. It's a natty natty Christmas.
Oh my God.
the
You
the
got
the natty dread before Christmas. No, no, I got my whole. They used to say Rasta Claus.
Yeah, you do.
You know, Rasta Claus routine going on.
cool.
Rasta Clausian.
Yeah, yeah. I celebrate Christmas, Jah Rastafari.
There
Oh,
you
I'm
go.
looking
See,
forward to
you got it
that.
going
I
on.
love that.
Yeah. So it's going to that's Sunday the 14th at North Mountain Brewing Company, 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Walt and I plan on rocking the house.
Why not?
Very good.
What else is happening in your vicinity down there, Walter?
Well, we have all of the Christmas celebrations that go on during this time of year in Tempe. Those are up and in full swing. And to find out more about that, you can go to the City of Tempe's website, and you can go into Tempe Tourism's website and find out what's happening in the various parks. There is every Friday night a concert at one of the parks in Tempe, and they feature a lot of the bands that have been on the Tempe playlist, which is a selection of artists and their music that is up on Spotify, and it can be heard while you are riding along in some of the city transits when they play the music over the mass transit. Your music will be there, kind of thing. Not yours, Jamie Ray or Glenn, but mine.
Hey,
I'm,
mine
I'm
might
just,
be. I'm on
I'm,
Spotify.
I know. I
Mine they
said,
play on a rickshaw that someone
I,
pulls down on.
oh yeah, I saw. I
Yeah,
heard that.
you hear that?
I heard that. And you know
Yeah,
what? That person was singing your song better than you did.
go figure.
I do. I almost didn't recognize the arrangement. I go, it sounds familiar.
Yeah,
Oh, that's Glenn's tune.
transportation on a whole
Ooh, that
different
sounds
level.
pretty good. I I asked if I could record it and bring it to you.
Oh
They
my
were
God.
shy. They rejected it, but
That's
um,
Walter's on mass transit. And yeah, I'm on those
yeah,
little pedal boats that are
yeah,
out on
yeah,
Tempe Town Lake.
yeah,
Hey, Tempe Town Lake is having that parade too on the water. Isn't that
yeah.
this weekend or next weekend?
It's it's a good
It's
question.
coming up.
It's
I think,
before Christmas, so let's put it
yeah,
that
it's
way.
before Christmas.
Yeah,
I
Not
think
that.
it's the 19th, but I'm not sure.
that way they put
Well,
all the
okay.
lights on the boats and all
Yeah,
that good
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
yeah,
That's very
yeah.
festive.
yeah. It is. It's very cool. I
So
know it's a night I can't go because I have a gig. So
Yeah, Walt really doesn't care too much about it because they're not going to be playing his music on the boats. He'd rather have you ride around on the light rail so that
well, yeah, right.
you can hear.
Use the light rail, but I might be on the boat because I might be fishing.
Ah, there you go.
well,
I don't know if I'd
blare
want to
your
eat
music.
anything that came out of Tempe Town Lake, but that's
I
just
know.
me.
That's a whole nother
You might be
story.
grilling up a toilet seat or
Hey,
something.
look,
I
hey,
mean,
wait.
Or
It's
I'm not even going to say what I think, but
hey,
yeah.
look. It's catch and release.
yeah.
Well, you're going to be releasing a lot.
Mm,
Oh, is this a comedy
okay.
show or a music show?
Nah,
Both.
depends who you ask.
It depends on who you ask. Yeah. So one other note. It was nice last night. We had a dancer show up.
Oh,
Did you see her?
really?
Did you see
Oh,
her
I
do
missed
her
all
spot,
that.
Glenn? Or were you
No,
still there?
I wanted to make sure I was out of there by the time you played.
Yeah.
So
Well, I was trying to move my spot up to catch you by surprise. So yeah, she did what was called a ribbon dance,
oh yeah, I've
and
seen that. That's cool. Very cool.
yeah, and
Well,
she
that
did
is
it to
very cool.
two Christmas carols,
Oh
Oh, I
wow.
and
missed that.
yeah, And then the last two people were employees of the Tempe Center for the Arts, and one of them is like, she's a very accomplished French horn player, and she got up there and did two jazz versions of Christmas Carol that she arranged, and she was no jokes. That
Wow.
French horn sounded beautiful.
That is a beautiful instrument.
It
It's
is.
not easy to play.
No.
That's why I don't play it.
Well,
I tried in junior high. Very difficult to play.
yeah, you're transposing things in ways that other people don't even have to worry about that are sitting there.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
it's
crazy.
unnatural.
Yeah, you
Hey,
got to know
folks,
what you're
Is
doing.
that is that it for
Is
your
that live,
universe,
loud, and
Walter?
local in
yeah, that's
Tempe?
live, loud, and local for Tempe right now. The main thing that I wanted to just come on here to say about was just thank you for the support and the excitement that we have going into the new year. Yep, doing
Yep.
our thing. Right.
Well, Jamie Ray, what's happening out east?
You know, there's so much going on out here during this time of year, and like we've mentioned, all over the state. But they have the Blindsiders playing, but we're not playing out here this week. Well, we're playing at the Olive Mill Friday, and the Olive Mill has got a great thing going on this weekend. They've got their Olive Palooza, I believe it's called, out at the Queen Creek Olive Mill on December 13th, 12th, 13th, and 14th, or this, yeah, the 12th, 13th, and 14th. And we're playing on the 12th. And then we'll be in Mesa at Pioneer Park. We're going to be playing some across the street from the Temple, and they have some great Christmas light show going on at the Temple in downtown Mesa. We're going to be playing there this weekend. But just everybody's got Christmas stuff going on. There is
Yeah.
such a list, and if you just look up the town of Queen Creek, or Superior has things going on, Tucson has a lot going on. So there's so much happening. I don't even want to get into the list because I don't want to forget anybody. But if you want to look up those towns, if you're in that area, you can definitely find some Christmas stuff going on.
Oh yeah,
The
That's
other
that
thing,
joyous
the other
time of
thing
year.
that happens throughout the entire valley is you can find out which neighborhoods have Christmas displays going on, and
Yes,
you can take tours through that, and
and they're
those
everywhere.
Yeah,
they're amazing.
And some of them have, you can turn your radio dial to the specific station and you
Yeah,
can hear the music in your car. And I know Glendale has an amazing, everywhere in Glendale is amazing at
Glendale
Christmas.
Glitters is
yeah.
one of those huge
Wonderful.
things. But you know
Yeah.
what's sad though? It's sad to drive around during the day and see all those deflated Christmas things.
The
The,
If
dead
you want to have
balloons,
a sad Christmas,
the dead balloons.
maybe we should organize a tour of all the deflated. It only happens during the day,
yeah,
from sunrise to sundown.
the deflated reindeer.
It's sad.
It is
It is.
sad. It
It's
Well,
is.
just it's like
you could. I tell you what. You go through the neighborhood in the daytime. You take a picture of the deflated reindeer, and you save it to send out Christmas cards in July from Arizona.
I like that. I like that. And I think too. I think the proper word actually would be flaccid.
Oh, okay.
Would
You
be
just lost all our supporters right now.
flaccid displays of
Let's
reindeer
edit that.
That's it.
and
No,
frosties.
no. Okay.
Glenn, please.
Well, here's what's happening in the West Valley.
Nobody's interested now.
Nobody cares now.
cares.
They've all turned off.
Right. Yeah.
That's my goal.
Right.
Well, there's actually a ton going on always to the west, and Arizona Live Music Cooperative is Mondays at Enchiladas. That's a nice open mic that the nonprofit AZLMC does. I do one at North Mountain Brewing Company on Tuesday evenings. Kimmy's is also on Tuesday evenings. They're off on Bell Road and Tatum. Our friend Jordy does that one on Tuesdays, 7 to 10. There is, if you don't want to make the trip down to Tempe and you're off in the west, in Glendale at the Fraternal Order of Eagles, they actually do a really nice jam over there. and that's on a Rose Garden in Glendale, 6:30 to 9 on Wednesdays. Fiddler's Dream is still up and running. They do a Thursday night, all acoustic, which is a different, interesting kind of thing to go to. They got a lot of people who are immunocompromised that show up there, so they wear masks over there when you're not performing. But it's always an interesting place to go. That's Thursday nights. Cactus Cloud Coffee downtown, Fridays. They have a really nice open mic down there. They're on Monroe Street right downtown. Saturdays, not every Saturday, but select Saturdays, open mic in the park. They're outside at Highland Paseo Park, which is way up on Pinnacle Peak. And that's Saturdays, 9:30 in the morning to 1 p.m. Check them out on Facebook, Open Mic in the Park, and you can see which Saturdays. I know Saturday, the 13th of December, they're on. But after that, just check their page on Facebook, Open Mic in the Park. That's a really fun one. Arizona Songwriters Gathering is going to be January 31st, 2026 at the Glendale Main Library. If you are a songwriter in Arizona, you kind of need to show up there. It's just a great, great gathering of people. And they have 10-minute slots on that show. And they've got a lot of stages and a lot of people performing. It's all original material. So that one is a lot of fun. And then the Glendale Folk and Heritage Festival is coming up Saturday, February 28th, and then March 1st. It's a 2-day festival. And I believe they're scheduling that one right now. And if you go to the City of Glendale's website and go to their events, you'll find that. But that's a big, really cool festival. So just kind of a sampling of what's going on. And in the not too distant future, you'll be able to find all that information on the Desert Vibes website, which is coming sooner rather than later. So no shortage of stuff going on this year. And as Jamie Ray mentioned, there's just a ton of Christmas stuff, including someone really screwed up and called me and asked me to perform at the Arizona Financial Theater during the Nutcracker on December let's see what that would be, the 13th, the opening night of the Nutcracker at, they must have thought it was the Ball Buster, not the Nutcracker.
Do they not want people to show up?
That must be it. I mean, that really must be it. I can't. I was like
I think they were trying to get a hold of Walt, and they.
That must have been when I got that call. I'm like, are you sure? I mean, really?
Are you sure it wasn't candid camera?
You know, I mean,
So,
am I being punked now? Where's Aston Kutcher?
Okay, wait, back up. You're doing what?
They asked me to play the pre-show before the ballet comes on there at the Arizona Financial Theater for the Nutcracker.
So
the
let me
opening
ask you this
night of the
question.
Nutcracker.
Do you have to wear a tutu?
I knew that was coming.
That is an ugly, ugly, ugly cinematic right there.
I knew that was coming. Oh my God.
I'd have to wear a 4-4.
I want a picture of the audience when you're on stage. I want to see how many people are there.
So yeah, I don't know. See, but this is what strange things can happen sometimes. Things you would never in a million years think would happen sometimes happen in this crazy music world that we are in.
Mm-hmm.
Never in a million years would I have thought that I would be playing in front of the Arizona Ballet performance of the Nutcracker. But then that really caused me to kind of go into a bit of a panic because I had to learn a lot of Christmas music in a hurry.
Okay, so wait a minute. Are you going to be inside or, because they do something in the lobby?
In the lobby.
Okay.
Actually, on the sidewalk.
Okay. So
actually, I think in the street.
Down the street.
In front of a parking meter.
On the corner 5 blocks away.
Right.
Well, actually, I'll be in the light rail track as Walt's song is playing. And the train is about to...
See, I knew they wanted Walt instead of you. I knew.
Yeah.
So, you do, in those instances, they do like a lot of Christmas music.
Yeah.
But I do know what you're talking about now because I've been to some of those events, and sometimes they'll have the streets blocked off around the venue, and they have different tents up there, and they have different artists selling wares, and then they have different musicians. So that should be a lot of fun.
It should be. They actually said I was going to be in the lobby, so
Okay, cool.
yeah, I'll be in the lobby, but no tutu. I know
No tutu.
everybody's disappointed, but
Yeah. Well, I'm
so
not
no
coming.
no shortage of stuff going on
I have
all over town.
I have a quick question for you, Glenn, because you mentioned the singer-songwriter event. And I know a lot of songwriters, and I know a lot of songwriters that are new songwriters or
Yeah.
wanting to be. And they ask me all the time, well, can I go? Because I'm not really a songwriter yet. Are they welcome at events like that?
Oh, they're absolutely welcome to the event. To perform, you have to perform an original
Right,
song. That's all.
right. But
It
just
doesn't
to
matter
go
how
and,
experienced you are or at what
right.
level you're at, but if you have an original song, you can perform. And if you're even just interested and don't have an original song, certainly you should come out because you are going to meet a ton
Right,
of songwriters.
right.
And
To
there are
meet the
various
people.
organizations that have booths out there like ASCAP and BMI and
Yeah.
stuff like that. The Copyright Office actually had a
Oh,
had a
cool.
booth down there last time I was there. So yeah, it's all
And
kinds of stuff.
there's some people just sitting around in circles playing music.
Yep,
Yeah.
there's that too.
Each,
Yep,
that's nice. Out on the
yeah,
lawn.
Good to know.
yeah.
Good to know. Well, I think that's all that's live, loud, and local in Arizona right now.
Well,
Yeah, I'm
actually, it's
Glen
all that.
Gardner,
I'm Walt Richardson.
I'm Jamie Ray.
and we will look for you next time. And again, as Walter said and Jamie Ray said, thank you guys so much for supporting this. And we are looking for big things as we move into 2026. So we love y'all.
Love you. Stay tuned.
Take,
Peace.